So welcome back, Smithy here, and this is part 2 of my full review of Sebastien Loeb Rally Evo. We've done so much of this review that I had to split it in 2 parts. If you haven't seen the first part, go back and watch that first, and then this is the second part. So without further ado, let's crack on and look at the rest of this game. So here we go. We said we had single stage where you can pick a single stage. You've got single rally where you can pick a single rally. Yes, you can pick any car to do those rallies. So once you get up to this sort of car, you're pretty quids in. You should be able to win every rally and get that, get the 3-day calendar. Yeah, so pretty good. Now, in fact, let me just go to single rally just to see how that works. Yeah, literally you can pick and then just go for it, and then you can go for rally championship, which is the full years. Well, it's 8 actually. It's not the full year, but it's got 8 rallies compared with the full. So hopefully we'll be getting some more rallies, because it is a DLC game and there'll be more stuff coming. So hopefully a new world rally will come once we get used to it. So they are looking at long-term playing. So let's come out of that. Let's go to Rallycross. We haven't even touched Rallycross. We've got a Rallycross race where you can pick various Rallycross. So like Dirt Rally, you've got all these courses, and they're pretty good. There's only 5 courses there, so there you go. So, and some of the options with some of the modes, you have to do that as you go through it. So there's the Rallycross, which is quite good. And then we've got Rallycross Championship, so you can do the whole championship, as you can see in what cars. You only get certain cars to pick on that. Then you have Pikes Peak, which is, we haven't even looked at Pikes Peak. We'll just take a sneak peek at Pikes Peak. You can do the tarmac, dry tarmac, or you can do the old style. This was in the DLC. See the DLC? I bought that. So in the DLC pack you get the cars and you get these tracks in gravel, which are not really for the big cars. So let's go and pick the short one. And for me, they need more. I can't wait to get the tracks. That is 21,000, so that's the whole thing. You get, that's the start bit. Then you get another bit, but you don't get the sections as much, and that's the reverse, if I'm right, 16. So it's quite interesting. I would have liked a lot more of those. You've got the dirt one, so let's go to the short one. Let's just go and pick, that's my 149. And of course, which car am I going to pick? The one I'm going to pick is the DLC car, because I haven't got any of those. I really like this. They've done a good job on Pikes Peak as such. And I think it's a good representation. So that's sort of, you've seen that glitching. That's something that just happens. I don't know why it happens. Right, let's go and do a bit of Pikes Peak. It's only here. It doesn't actually do that in the game, but maybe it's linked. Pikes Peak looks pretty good in the sunny. There we go. Should actually go and... Looks good, doesn't it? The models on this are superb.
3, 2, 1.
A few more people here, and this drives, and I can't wait. This will be brilliant on a wheel, but it sits there. And as I say, I did 149 on this section. I haven't given it a blast. I just did that on a separate video while I was testing out the DLC pack as such. But you can see, watch those curbstones. It's one of those, if you hit a curbstone, you will be flying. So you can see this really does sit on the road, really solid. But you'd expect it with that great big fan on the back. So there you go. So that's that. So let's go and go somewhere else. I'm not going to finish this. Let's go somewhere else and show you more of the modes. So you can actually see where this is where the game comes into its own. So you've got this career mode. This career mode though is only open to certain things, and the ultimate is the Loeb events, but you have to have, was able to do that single stage in that one, unlocking 308 place in world standings, 300, so you've got to get 308th position, 264 in the world standings, 220, 2176, 132, 88, 44, right, so you have to get all the Loeb events to get that. So you can see that these are really locked at the top, but I managed to get one so far. You can do debut, so you've got cars, you've got to purchase the cars. I've got a car in the garage to do that. Master, I've got an affordable car, so I can win some cars in that, so there we go. New era eligible car in the garage. Oh yes, I have as well. So there's many, and vintage events as well. So I want an iconic haha Cooper S and that. Ooh, what's that? Oh, let me go back to that. I missed that one before. So absolute tons of events. This longevity of this game, once you get used to it, is brilliant. Oh, the Alpine A10, Subaru Impreza 95. So look at all these events. There are tons, and that's just in that particular one there. Oh my word, iconic open event. Rallies all around the world. So there are absolute tons of events to do. There you go. I like the fact that iconic event. There was absolutely tons. Renault Alpine, Impreza, Mitsubishi Lancer, Lancer Stratos, Audi Quattro. So once you get, just give you an incentive to go and buy all the cars. Polo R, yes, even the Polo R. So look at that. Right, okay, so I haven't even tackled half of those. So there are hours and hours and hours of play. Right, so this is where I would advise you all to start with this game. Go to the Loeb experience. I have completed nearly all of it, bar the all-time greats, and I've got every one a gold in each one. And you basically, you win all those Citroen cars that I've got. You win as you go along, and some of them, word of warning, some you have to get green in all particular parts of the stage, but they're really good. And I'm just about to move on to this, which is you get a video.
In 2011, we
you always
started
get Sebastien Loeb, our hero, doing look, and then you can see that you've got all new car part 2, 6 in a row. Ooh, I'm not sure where it all began. Rallycross in LA. Oh my god, King of Monte Carlo. Ooh, we're now getting into the proper cars. Can't wait to win these. So look, there's an incentive to go through. I would start with the Loeb experience because it gives you a lot of cars which then you can tackle. And this one here, once we get up to the top, word of warning, it doesn't actually play the videos again once you've done it. But look, and this is where we get the supercar, and to unlock this event, complete all other events of Sebastien Loeb. So there is so much depth in the gameplay, and it actually makes me want to continue playing it. Although it's quite hard, it also makes me want to go and buy a steering wheel. But I can't afford one at the moment, but there you go. And I will come and talk about that at the end. In your garage, you can see all the cars that you have got and purchased, and you can then mess around with them, you can customize them, you can modify livery. So I can't do that, see, so let's just go and pick my cars. I bet I could do my little Fiat 500. Hey, can I? Yeah, modify livery. Right, team livery, official livery. Oh yes, there we go. So I can then change the colour, custom livery 1. Yeah, so I've got to mess around with it. I haven't sorted my liveries out, so I haven't even looked into that part of the game, but loads of stuff. I like that one, it's cool. And I've got one at home, I've got a red one, but not the above. So Loeb experience, career modes, there are so many races, a big winner for this particular game, a lot of effort gone into that, so I really like that. Multiplayer online, I can't find any games. Now I go on here, search lobbies, so let's go search lobbies. Ooh, we've got our stage, got a rally here. Rallycross, there's one Rallycross event and a special stage. To log in, by the way, to log in, the only way you can go online with this game is have a Gmail account. Word of warning, I've so many complaints about other email accounts don't work, so you need to go and set up a Gmail account. You need to go through the instructions and log on. Once you're on, it's pretty good. Oh look, special stage. In race, I'm not even going to go for that. I'm not up against these people with wheels. Player ranking, where am I? Oh yeah, so that's online ranking. I haven't got one yet, so you can get online, and you can get the online leaderboards as well. So, and you can go through different stages. So you see how fast people are completing the stage. Even though I've got big internet, it's not working very well. There we go. So why isn't that coming? Let's try that again. Leaderboards. So that leaderboard didn't actually work. I've seen it before, it does work. So there's your online. So again, absolutely brilliant. I'm sure it's going to, in some quarters, we'll go down a storm this, and it's really, really hard. Right, options, that's just the usual graphics. Let me just go to the graphics, control options. Interestingly enough, I've got a joypad. And I'm just going to try and find where is the advanced options. So I can't. There's HUD options as well. There we go. You can sort that out. Sounds okay. And race options. That's where we were before. See, you can go to different areas and look at it. Right. Where do we go to now? So we've done sound, done driving mode. So the last one, handling, for both people who have steering wheels and for people who have controllers like me. So here we go. Let's show you a couple of things. So for this one, the handling, we're going to do Finland because we haven't done Finland. We're going to show you this. Finland has got fast and furious, and it's also quite windy. So right, if you've got a steering wheel, you are the lucky people. The reports are, and for many videos, that people with steering wheels absolutely love this game on a wholehearted place. They love it. The issue is most of those people I've seen, they've got really good steering wheels, and word of warning, it'd be interesting to see some cheap steering wheels how they fare, but I know for a fact that you have to shell out quite a bit of money for steering wheels. However, most of the people in the world still play on controllers like myself, and I haven't had to be able to have a setup because I need to get it set up on a desk, or I need to get the wheel set up somewhere solid. The wheel has to come in and out, so it's much easier just to plug and play. This rally game is quite hard to start off with a controller, as you will see, and you will have seen it. It is quite easy to lose the cars. It is got, with the controller, it also differs a vast amount whether you're inside view or outside view. It's quite interesting why the game handles so differently inside and outside view, because the car should handle the same. Here's Finland, lovely jubbly, nice, here we go. Now Finland, it don't deceive you. These tracks, the only thing that stops you crashing are the solid barriers. So let's have a look at the handling. Now, when you first get, it's very disconcerting. If I go left and right, the car has this weird, if you're outside the car, it sort of veers like this. It doesn't sort of steer as you expect it to do. Also, it's got this very light touch. It feels with the controller like a bit like a hovercraft, but people with wheels have also been complaining that it's got this hovercraft feeling. It feels like the gravity isn't exactly right, which is quite interesting. Also, as I've mentioned previously in the video, the centre of gravity is the centre, so unlike Rally Dirt or the other games, it doesn't handle the same way, and then you do that straight away. That's where everybody crashes.
Caution, right 5 over jump into jump 50.
It is a beast to handle like that. So let's go inside.
Right 5 long 40.
It's somewhat easier to drive inside the cockpit.
60. Right 6 plus into left 6 long 40.
Hey! Except when you hit a thing like that. I hit a rock. See that? Don't drive through the grass.
Right 5 plus over crest into left 6 plus 60.
So you can go off thing. So
right 6 and left 6 plus.
yeah, the in-car
70.
view is actually
Caution,
these views.
jump into right
Ooh,
4
I didn't have
over
a
jump
bonnet.
40.
I've lost my bonnet.
Right 6 plus 40. Left
But
4
it
plus
definitely
over
is.
crest and left 5
It is
long
easier
40.
to drive for some reason inside than out.
Right 6
So,
plus
but it is
40.
still really
Crest
hard with the
40.
controller, guys. There are some settings that you
Caution,
can change
right
on the
3 over
controller,
jump
but it will
40.
require a few hours to get used to the controller.
Left
Whereas
6
if you've
and
got a
right
steering
5.
wheel, I believe it just goes straight in. So look, it's
Left 6
it's
very
handling
long,
quite well
tightens 40.
from the front. Bit too low.
Left 6 plus over
So I
crest
think
and
it may
right
be
5 plus
just a bit
long,
off-concerting
90.
where the
Left
viewing
6,
is. You
50.
can see the way this looks. It sort of handles weird. So there we go. Apart from that, once you've played for about 20 hours, you'll get the hang of it and you can really start thrashing this.
Right 6 plus 50.
I'm just going to give it a bit of a thrash now, so I'm going to stop talking.
Right 6 into left 6, 50. Right 5 and jump into right 4 long and tightens over crest. 40.
And you get used to it as well, so you can get used to the way this handles.
Left 5 into right 6, 80.
But it's still watching it's a bit
Right 6 long,
disconcerting.
180. Caution, right 4 over jump and left 4 over jump 60.
And you can see the four wheels, just look at the four wheels, how they sort of lollop.
Right 6, 60.
Four wheels sort of
Jump
juggle around.
Left 6 plus into right
But it is
6,
gorgeous,
80.
isn't it? I must admit, it does look good.
Right 6 plus and
And
bump into
as you
left
can
6,
see, once
40.
you get used to playing with a controller,
Caution,
it is
left
playable.
4 tightens
It is
into right
very
6.
challenging. You do get your money's worth out of
Left
it.
5 tightens
Whee!
40.
Watch out for those
Left
bushes
3
because they'll
plus and
stop
right
you
4
dead.
plus.
Yeah, if you hit a bush sometimes, it'll just stop you dead.
Left 6 plus tightens
But there
into
we
right
go.
4
So the
very long
handling,
and jump.
yeah, we'll score it at the end and give you an overall score really. Plus 21 seconds.
6
a bit
plus
slow.
50.
As you know, I did this in a really good time, so
Left
I do
4
like
plus
it. I
40.
think I've broke the car. It's not going as
Caution,
fast as
bump
it
into
was.
right 4
Right,
long
okay,
and
let's go and
tightens
finish off with
150.
to finish up then. So overall then, let's have a look at this game. I do like this game quite a bit and I will continue to play it. It's not without some reservation on some of the things. We're in Mexico here, so you can see the Mexico stages as such, which I quite like. It's almost like Greece in terms of the way it sort of looks. Anyway, let's start with the tracks. You've seen a collection of the tracks. Which are all very good. Not been too impressed with the Swedish one, but overall the tracks are very good and very challenging, and they match world rally tracks in terms of satellites, etc. And I love the way that they go up into the mountains and come back down, so that they've got that right. So we're going to give, and the fact there's numerous numbers and we hope to get some more, there's 8 rallies, I will give the tracks 8 out of 10. There's always room for improvement and I think they could improve a little further. Right, so on the way to cars, this is where the game excels. It is the Gran Turismo of rallying. And I'm sure there are going to be some more cars, and you could sort of see the DLCs coming again with further cars in the future, and we could go into different eras. Oh, I never saw if there was a Ford Escort Mark II. Ooh, that's it, yeah, Ford Escort Mark II. I must go and have a look back at the cars. Never saw that. So in terms of cars then, we are going to give the game a 10 out of 10. I probably should say 9.5 because there's always room for more cars in rallying. The one thing about the cars which lets it down probably are the sounds, but that's under sound, and not the cars really. Some of the cars don't actually have any differences in handling. Some of them do, but most of them are quite bland in the way they handle. I'd expect them to be quite different. Example was the Zara handles completely different from this, and Sebastien Loeb makes comments of it. So maybe some improvement there. But as a range of cars and the quality of the cars, 10 out of 10. Right, game modes. Another big plus for this game, you saw earlier on the number of game modes that are available in this particular game. Lots and lots and lots of game modes. You've got the Sebastien Loeb experience, which I recommend everybody starts with if you haven't played the game before, especially to get loads of free cars. And then, as you saw, there are numerous different championships and events to go on. I haven't actually counted how many, but I'm sure they're listed somewhere. But in terms of longevity, this game has got bags of fun. So in terms of content, it gets a big 10, and in fact some of the other rally games could actually learn quite a lot from the number of cars in this game and also the number and quality of the events. But you've got to be careful there. The only thing left would be you could actually make your own events. E.g. you could, in this mode, you could string together all your favourite stages into one event. Right, on to graphics. Now I've got a high-end PC, so I'm able to play this game with the graphics like this. However, I did note when I first set it up that the graphics at lower end users were quite poor, and in terms of graphics, the replays are quite standard. There is some odd things like the dust comes in at the front, and the dust goes out the front of the car, so some odd graphical glitches. I think the frame rate thing as well, I'll have to sort that out with a patch. And the replays are pretty good. I must admit the cameras are pretty good where they positioned them to get the best replay, so I think someone's paid quite a bit of attention to that. So I give the graphics, could be better, it's not the best in this genre. There are other games which are far superior in terms of graphics. Some things like that are really cool, but then other bits don't. So graphics 8.5 out of 10. That's 8.5 out of 10 for graphics. I do love the trees though. Trees. They are the best trees ever. Right, driving modes. And you can see, just look at that, watch the wheels. I'm telling you now, watch those wheels. They're floating across the surface. And if anybody knows, go and see rallies, the wheels stick to the road like glue, and the shock absorbers and springs ensure that the tyre and wheel is a constant touch to the ground, not floating. It's funny that this replay shows floating, and it shows where the tyres actually touch the ground, see, on the skid marks as well. It's quite good. So driving modes, well, there is a marked difference between driving inside and driving outside the vehicle, and also I think they could have probably done a couple more. They could have done the cam. Look, there's a camera on top. They could have done a cam on top of the roof above the driver there. That would be a good new cam to put it. So you could have done some better, I think, with the... Also, I couldn't find anywhere to adjust it. I would have liked to adjust the perspective, maybe to add perspective of viewing so you could adjust it, because I would probably get a bit closer to the car from the outside view. So the driving modes, 7 out of 10. And that goes to how the game handles, really. That's what's let down with it. Sound. Don't know about you, but all the cars sound the same. Why of a game where such effort and hard work has gone into certain aspects of it, why was the sound neglected? It's almost like it goes back about 10 years when we first had rally games. The sound is really bad. The pop-in's even the same for all vehicles. So, not very good. I will score the sound 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. So, handling. Right, handling. This is something that I've been mentioning all the way through the game. For those people with steering wheels on the most, they are saying it is absolutely brilliant with steering wheels, and really the game, it comes out top for them. However, this game has been made for everybody in mind. It's been made for console sales. It's been made for worldwide sales. So why did they not get the controller set up right? Which is really, really disappointing. They brought a patch out in terms of the handling on the day of release, and there are mixed reviews. I have read forums, I have read comments. There are mixed reviews on the PS4 and also the Xbox One. Everybody complains about the hovercraft handling and the centre of gravity to the cars. It looks much better on this replay, doesn't it? But it's really hard to pinpoint. It's like anybody played V-Rally, V-Rally 3, which is a bit unkind, because V-Rally 3 was the ultimate on a spindle. It's quite interesting, but Richard Burns Rally, I could get shot down here. Richard Burns Rally drives better than this one, which was a bit of a shock because this game was really out to knock Richard Burns Rally off the top of the Sims. So handling, yeah, I like it in parts, and once you get used to it you can play it, but this game has not been made or calibrated to controllers, which is a big miss because most people play on controllers. Most people do not have steering wheels, so it's a big miss. So if you want a really long game and you're quite happy to persevere with the handling, then you'd buy it. So handling gets a 7 out of 10. So if we add up all those scores, total score of 70, we get 53.5 out of 70, which gives this game a grand total of 76.4 or 76.5. Let's go for 76.5%. I do hope the fact that this game is a DLC game, and it's going to be patched, and you can patch it in any format, that this game does get patched. I mean, a different way of doing it would be to actually give some more settings for controllers, to maybe sort the damping out and sort the way the steering works, or change the actual settings of the game. Maybe then the purists with steering wheels won't like it, but I'm sure this game will still work for those people with steering wheels. So overall, yeah, it is. I was really, when I first had it, I was really thinking about how much money I paid for this for a year's subscription. But hey, now I've had it a while. I'm still, the jury's out. I think it's a bit expensive, but however, within a month the prices will come down. So it will be, for those people who like rally games, it will be a grand addition to the collection. Maybe for those new to rallying, you should look elsewhere for your first rally game. I would seriously go and look at Dirt Rally if you haven't played rally games before, and I know it's coming out on the PS4 soon, or go to the other one, and I'm mentioning the other one, which is WRC5, although personally WRC4 is better than WRC5, but I still like WRC5. We have no rally games and 3 come out close together. So there you go, guys and girls. I'm sure the comments will start now once you've seen this, and we'll see what you think. But I do hope Milestone continues to develop the game and put some more effort into the handling side of it. And I hope you've enjoyed that review. Yes, 2 videos, 1 hour's footage. There we go. Thanks very much indeed for watching. There's going to be some more Sebastien Loeb Rally Evo videos coming along soon as we progress through the game. Thank you. Bye bye.